English.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to 6
Hello, welcome to 6 Minute English.
Minute English. I'm Neil.
I'm Neil. And I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
Now, Rob, you
Now, Rob, you like your food, don't you?
like your food, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, yum yum, food.
Yes, yum yum, food. One of my favourite things.
One of my favorite things.
And what do you think
And what do you think of street food?
of street food?
Oh, I love street food.
Oh, I love street food.
There are some great places
There are some great places
in London where you can
in London where you can find delicious food
find delicious foods from all over
from all over the
the world, cooked in front of you in market
cooked in front of you in market stalls on the street.
stalls on the street.
It's quite new,
It's quite new though,
isn't it? Not really
isn't it?
a British tradition.
Not really a British tradition.
I guess not, but
I guess not, but it seems to be much more
it seems to be much more popular these
popular these days.
Well, our topic
Well, our topic today is street food.
today is street food, but before we tuck into
But before we talk into that, here is today's question.
that, here is today's question. Recently,
Recently, archaeologists in Jordan
archaeologists in Jordan discovered what
discovered what they believe in the oldest
they believe is the oldest remains of
remains of bread.
How old is this bread?
How old is this bread? Is it
Is it A, 18
A. 18,000 years old, B. 14,000 years old, or
1,000 years old, B, 14,000 years old, or C,
C.
5,500
5,500 years old. What do you think?
years old. What do you think?
I don't
I don't know, but what I do know is
know, but what I do know is I wouldn't really want to try
I
a
wouldn't really want to try a
sandwich made from that
made from that bread.
bread.
Might be a bit moldy.
It might be a bit moldy.
Yes.
Yes, anyway, I'm going to
Anyway, I'm
guess.
going to have a guess then. I'll go for
I'm gonna guess then. I'll go for C. 5,500 years old.
C, 5,500 years old.
Right, we will
Right? We'll find out the answer
find out the answer later in the program.
later in the program. Mark Lowry is
Mark Lowry is from the Nation
from the Nation and Wild Catteries Association.
Wide Caterers Association. He's an expert in
He's an expert in the business of street
the business of street food in the UK.
food in the UK. He appeared on BBC
He appeared on BBC Radio 4
Radio 4's The Food Program
was the food program and was asked how the
and was asked how the business of street food
business of street food has changed in
has changed in recent years.
recent years. In his answer, he talks about
And in his answer, he talks about
the areas where there is most
where there's most growth in street food.
growth in street food. What are those areas?
What are those areas?
It's been phenomenal, the growth
It's been phenomenal. The growth
in street food is really
in street food is really taken off.
taken off. It's really become
It's really become quite mainstream.
quite mainstream, part of the cultural fabric.
Part of the cultural of fabric of the country, really.
Of the country, really, or so it's beginning to be. Certainly
Beginning to be, certainly in the bigger
in the bigger cities and
cities and increasingly in the sort of
increasingly in the sort of provinces, if you like.
provinces, if you like.
So, where
So, where does he say the popularity
does he say the popularity of street food
of street food is growing?
is growing?
He says that
He says that it's in the bigger cities
it's in the bigger cities and also
and also in the provinces.
in the provinces. The provinces
The
is a word
provinces
which
It's a word which
means the parts of a country
the parts of a country outside of the city.
outside of the cities.
So essentially he's saying
So So essentially, he's saying
It's getting more popular
more popular everywhere.
everywhere.
Exactly.
Exactly.
In fact, he says the growth is
In fact, he says the growth is
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
This means he thinks the
This means he thinks the growth
growth is spectacular, really
spectacular, really big.
big.
Yes, he says that
Yes, he says that it's really taken off.
it's really taken off. Taken off is one
Taken off is one of those
of those phrasal verbs
phrasal
that
verbs
can be used in
that
many
can be used in many different ways.
different ways. In this
In this sense, when something takes off
sense, when something takes off, it means it becomes
it means it becomes successful and popular.
successful and popular.
You know, street
You know, street food isn't really something
food isn't really something you associate with
you associate with Britain.
Britain. Perhaps it's the climate or British
Perhaps it's the climate or British food.
food. So street food is something that
So street food is something that we are now getting used
we're
to
now getting used to and enjoying more.
and enjoying more.
In fact, Mark says that it's now
In fact, Mark says that it's now becoming mainstream.
becoming mainstream. This means that it's no longer
This means that it's no longer
something that is seen as being
that's seen as being unusual or different.
unusual or different. It's becoming an
It's becoming an
accepted part of the everyday
of the everyday
eating experience.
Well, let's listen again to Mark Laurie talking
Well, let's listen again to Mark Laurie talking about the growth of street food
about the growth of street food in the UK.
in the UK.
It's been phenomenal, the growth
It's been phenomenal.
in street food.
Growth in street food
It's really taken off. It's
really taken up. It's really become quite mainstream.
really become quite mainstream, part of the cultural
Part of the cultural fabric of the country, really,
fabric of the country, really, or so it's beginning to be.
or it's beginning to be. Certainly,
Certainly in the bigger
in
cities
bigger cities and increasingly
and increasingly in the sort of
sort of provinces,
provinces, if you like.
if you like.
Mark Laurie goes on to
Mark Laurie goes on to
talk about why street food has
why street food has become popular.
become popular. What kind of food
What
does
kind of food does he say it's not like?
he say it's not like?
Yeah, it's just really
Yeah, it's just really captured
captured the imagination of the public.
the imagination of the public.
It's honest food, it's authentic
Honest food is authentic food.
food, and it's people that you can trust
And it's people that can trust
making
making it.
it. It's not some microwave
Not some microwave food or whatever
food or whatever that you might get in your local
you
pub.
might get in your local pub.
So street food
So street food is many things,
is many things, but what isn't it?
but what isn't it?
Well, he says that
Well, he says that it's not like food
it's not like food you might get
you might get in some pubs.
in some pubs. That food, he says, may
That food, he says, maybe some microwave food,
be some microwave food, which is food
which is food prepared in a microwave oven.
prepared in a microwave oven.
You know, I quite
You know what? You know, I quite like a microwave
like a microwave meal now and then,
meal now, and then I reheat
and I reheat my leftovers in the
my leftovers in the microwave.
microwave.
But I
But I guess if you are paying for
guess if you were paying for a nice meal,
a nice meal,
you wouldn't expect reheated
reheated leftovers.
I think the point he's making
I think the point he's making
is that in many places,
is that in many places,
the food you're served is not
your served is not freshly made.
freshly made. It may be
It
pre-prepared
may be prepared
and finished off in a
and
microwave.
finished up in a microwave.
Street food, he says, is
Street food, he says, is authentic.
authentic.
Yes,
Yes,
authentic.
authentic.
It's real, fresh, and cooked
It's real, fresh, and cooked
right in front of you.
right in front of you.
And if it's food from a
And
particular
it's food from a particular country.
country, it's probably being prepared
It's probably being prepared by people from that culture.
by people from that culture.
He also said